Once a year and once a year only. I think whether we value that gift of sight, that God-given gift of sight, or whether you take those abuses on a daily basis, our cell phones, our tablets, our computers, Ultimate Eye is something you have to see and experience to believe. It is quite literally a see the difference product. Today and today only, best pricing ever with a number of different options. So you can either do, of course, different sizes than we normally have. So the 40, the 120, the 360, or the 720, which Andrew does for today and today only.
Once a year, the 720.
Once a year.
And it's at the same price as the typical 360.
Absolutely. So it's like a buy one, get one if you choose to do the Ultimate Eye. But then here's what's really interesting. The Anthocyanins, which I know a lot of you like to take as well, so that's another today's special. The bundles have been on fire, in which case you could do a 360 plus a 180 of the astaxanthin. Again, kind of like a buy one, get one in terms of the savings.
Right.
Or the 720 with a 360 of the astaxanthin. Again, kind of a buy one, get one based on the savings. But you can also choose the astaxanthin separately as well.
Yeah, that's something we'll talk about in a moment. But this year, because sometimes in a Today's Special, not everyone's due because the 720 capsule supply, if you take only one capsule per day, that will last you 2 years. So what we did is respond to your questions, I won't say complaints, questions, so that this year we made astaxanthin not just the bundle in the large size, but it's also available. All 4 of the normal sizes of astaxanthin are also available at today's special pricing. And then we're going to speak about in a moment a brand new product called Maximum Lutein plus Zeaxanthin. Lutein and zeaxanthin are the 2 most important ingredients in Ultimate Eye. And many of you requested, again, you design my products, have requested a booster formula of lutein and zeaxanthin that contained at least 5 milligrams of lutein, 2.5 milligrams of zeaxanthin. We went a little bit better. We did a booster formula that contains per capsule 12 milligrams of lutein and 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin, of course, including mesozeaxanthin. So you get the 3 most important carotenoids, the lutein, zeaxanthin, mesozeaxanthin, which we've always provided mesozeaxanthin, which is a stereoisomer that's grouped in with zeaxanthin. So you get all of those in the booster formula in our Maximum L plus Z. So we'll talk about that later. But the foundational formula for eye health, a formula that's evolved since I started making it over 30 years ago, that's evolved dramatically. The original formula did not contain lutein. It wasn't available anywhere. Did not contain zeaxanthin. But we've offered those ingredients now for a couple of decades, long before anyone else really explored them or discovered them. In fact, the original big research on eye formulas being beneficial to us didn't even include lutein and zeaxanthin. They have subsequently done another study where they included these carotenoids. And of course, lutein and zeaxanthin was not just shown to be beneficial, but exceedingly valuable, which should be just common sense, because lutein and zeaxanthin are not nutrients that work on your eyes or impact your eyes. Lutein and zeaxanthin are carotenoids that actually define your eyes. They're a structural component of your eyes. They're referred to as optical pigment or retinal pigment, but they are actually part of the retina of your eye, part of the visual system that enables you to see as well as you possibly can see and protects your vision over the course of your lifetime from high energy radiation.
So it's almost like calcium to your bones and glucosamine to your joints, in a way.
But even more, it's really more almost like omega-3s when I talk about DHA in your brain and DHA in your eyes, that it's even more than that, because the role it plays, it absolutely provides for the ability for us to see. These optical pigments are part of the visual system. And also these optical pigments are part of how our eye protects us over the course of our lifetime from high energy radiation. But you could say, well, I'll protect my eyes from high energy radiation. Well, you can't. If you see in this day and age, if you see today and you open your eyes, here we are in a studio. The studio today, the lights are cool, which wow, that's great. But they're cool because they're LED lights. In our homes, we now use LED lights. They're far more energy efficient. But LED lighting increases our exposure dramatically to high energy blue light. The same with our electronic devices that we're putting right in front of our face, obviously, blue light again. So in the modern age, we don't just worry about sunlight and the high energy implications of sunlight to the health of our retina, the lens, and the fragile structures of our eye. but simply the light we have in all our homes and all our environments with all the devices that we spend hours every day peering into. And if you're seeing something on that device, the radiation from that device is entering your eye. That's how it works. We see that radiation. So again, these carotenoids are absolutely essential, not just to provide for our vision, but to protect our vision over the course of our lifetime.
Absolutely, and no better time than the present. And I will tell you, and when we say a see the difference product, we do not say that lightly. Remember, we wait for this. The thing is, you read those reviews and they read like a love letter. I mean, profound differences. The only way to know for sure is by giving this a try, and certainly this is the best day ever, the best pricing ever, 30-day return policy. We're doing free shipping. Remember, FlexPay, best value, sizes that we do not do except for today. So you can choose, it's pretty much a buy one, get one, especially when you get into the larger sizes. And then you can choose if you want to add that astaxanthin or do it separately. Andrew, I got to tell you, I know we were talking about this in the green room, but it's so funny because I forget how much and how well your products enhance and improve my life until you run out. And I do, just like Colleen and just like Adam, we walk the walk, we talk the talk. But until recently, I had run over my Ultimate Eye Support. I was waiting for him to do a today's special. And I noticed not only changes in my visual acuity, and again, I'm talking about the natural things that happen as we age, but because we're under these lights, dry eye. I was noticing a lot more than, I mean, some really significant changes. And that's part of the aging process. But isn't it nice to know we have a natural tool to assist us?
Well, the simple, natural approach to dry eye, as I always say, is first you start with omega-3 fatty acids, with DHA. And that's when we talked about our omega-3 product last weekend, that we read a series of charts and a series of scientific studies and research that specifically discussed that. I was just saying in the green room before, talking about lutein and zeaxanthin and astaxanthin. In the decades that we've provided them, of course, the research, and I'd look at my research package, and I bring a number of research studies with me for these shows, mostly abstracts, summaries of those studies. And there's probably, with lutein and zeaxanthin, there's probably 60, 70 studies that I brought with me. And in the past, they would always be about eye health, and they'd always be about dealing with the age-related changes in our eyes. They'd be about sharpness of vision, the ability for us to adjust from light to dark and dark to light, how much we deal with glare. And lutein and zeaxanthin are our eye's internal protection from glare. So if you want, and there was a study I read today talking about how lutein and zeaxanthin are really important ingredients for anyone who drives for a career. Because being able to deal with glare and dark to light and all those sorts of challenges, lutein and zeaxanthin are the natural, is sort of our natural system for doing that, our natural tool for doing that. But the fascinating trend about lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin, the scientific research continues to be published about their benefits for the eyes. But most scientists and researchers are sort of saying, well, it's well established. We know the structural role, the anatomical role that they play in the eye, the protective role they play in the eye. And what they're now realizing are all the other roles these ingredients play in our body. It used to just be viewed that lutein and zeaxanthin in the brain, just a coincidence. Lutein and zeaxanthin concentrations, maybe if you even looked at my shows from 20 years ago, I would say that lutein and zeaxanthin concentrations are very high in the eye. The eye is sort of a specialized structure of the brain, so no wonder that lutein and zeaxanthin concentrations are also really high in the brain. It wasn't as though we all expected to see some dramatic, beneficial neurological or brain-related benefit, and guess what? There are no, there's no accidents when you look at the designer the master designer of all of us. And when we look at that blueprint, there aren't accidents. When we look at lutein and zeaxanthin concentrations in the brain, we now know that those concentrations are associated with benefits, with cognitive benefits, especially as we age, and with cognitive improvements when levels are improved. So I guess my point is that if you've been getting lutein and zeaxanthin or astaxanthin for the last decade or two, enjoying the benefits for your eyes, knowing how important they were, that they're also benefiting other systems in your body, the cardiovascular system, the brain, and significant research that I'll read today on the brain. So just exciting to see how these products they don't come with side effects. I don't have to warn you about side effects. The only thing I have to warn you about is in the future, I'm probably going to be talking about even greater benefits, or as we call all the side benefits of them.
Indeed, and they only increase. And there is no other eye product like this. I'm excited for you. And it's so funny because you read those reviews and they read like love letters. And because I ran out of this recently, I didn't realize what a profound difference it has made for me. Ironically enough, because usually I'm here at night, people are always a little worried when they see me going through the gate with that great ball of light in the sky because they think it's daylight savings time. But I'm generally here at night. And I originally got this because of some of the visual acuity problems I was having in driving at night. But again, like Andrew said, our lifestyles have changed. And just by virtue of that amazing God-given gift of sight, by the act of looking and seeing things, we are oxidizing as we speak. But the whole idea is it's a natural tool to help you in a multitude of levels for the best price ever in sizes that we do once a year and once a year only. As per usual, most of us are gravitating toward the larger sizes because I can tell you for a fact, if you run out, that's when, if you're someone like me, that's when you really notice what a big difference this has made for you. But because you will be taking it every day, and chances are more than one person in the family, most of you are doing the larger sizes. And because it really is a buy one, get one, when you look at the savings, especially on the larger pieces, right. A lot of us are adding on that astaxanthin as well because kind of why not?
And when you look back at this formula, it probably wasn't more than, I'd say 15, 18 years ago, that when we added, probably about 20 years ago, we added lutein in for the first time it was available. And I think we had 4 milligrams of lutein. And gradually that has crept up to 10 milligrams of lutein. And then of course we added zeaxanthin and mesozeaxanthin, and that's at 5 milligrams. So the formula has only improved. The price today is better than it's ever been. So as expensive as lutein, zeaxanthin, astaxanthin, they're 3 of the most expensive ingredients of all the ingredients we use. They're literally thousands to tens of thousands of dollars a pound in their best form, and that's the only form that we use. So again, if you want to give your eyes what they need, there's no avoiding the fact that lutein and zeaxanthin are a critical part of the way your eye functions. And to your point before about calcium in the bones, you can't have healthy bones without adequate calcium levels. You can't have a healthy macular region of your eye without adequate depositing of macular pigment. And the deposition, the depositing of macular pigment in your eye is directly related to the consumption of it in your diet, or it's been proven by dietary supplementation. If you do not deliver it from the outside, your body can't produce it. And again, having adequate levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in our diet, almost unheard of in the American diet, almost unheard of. But having them is directly associated with long-term health of your eyes, and also directly associated with better vision here and now. Originally, when I introduced this product, it was a little bit of, what do they call, delayed gratification. Right. Most human beings, we love immediate gratification. So what we talked about a couple of decades ago was how the ingredients in this product served to protect your vision, protect your eyes from high energy radiation, ultraviolet radiation, and were associated with better long-term health of your eyes. Today, we also get to talk about how these ingredients actually directly affect the quality of your vision, the sharpness of your vision, how well you contend with glare, something we all deal with when we're driving, how well we contend with going from indoor space, dark space, to bright light outside. For many of us, it takes a long time to adjust and it's very uncomfortable, or just the opposite. We go from the bright light of outside, we go inside, and it takes a while for us to be able to do anything on the inside and really be able to see things well, because our retinas, our eyes have not really adjusted to the low light environment. Lutein and zeaxanthin, astaxanthin as well, are critical components to those experiences of vision in the here and now. So it benefits the quality of our vision here and now. I was going to read some reviews. I only read a half a dozen reviews last night,
the reviews,
which were, I mean, the reviews on this product are, it would seem as though I wrote them myself. They're impeccably written. They're extremely well written. They're impassioned. And I think if you look at the reviews on Ultimate Eye, they're about 97% positive reviews.
Yes.
So I think almost 90% are 5-star reviews, 85, 90% are 5-star reviews, the rest 4 and 3-star reviews. And I think the 1 and 2-star reviews are 1, 2, 3% at most. So it really is almost a unanimously positively reviewed product. And in terms of a product, the foundational product for eye health, you can't do any better than Ultimate Eye. And what I often say, budgeting with this product becomes a critical issue. When we talk about my vitamin D that's less than $0.10 a capsule, budgeting is less problematic. When you talk about a product like this, even the savings we have available today, where it really becomes affordable, it's less than 20 cents a capsule for ingredients that are the most expensive ingredients in any product I make, and we've made it more affordable over the years. But even then, that could be expensive. So what I say, take 1 capsule of Ultimate Eye a day if 2 capsules are too expensive. Take 1 capsule of astaxanthin per day or every other day. The same with the maximum lutein and zeaxanthin, the new product we introduced, the L+Z. You could take 1 capsule every other day because it is ultra high potency in lutein and zeaxanthin. It's 12 milligrams of lutein, 6 milligrams of zeaxanthin per capsule, not 2 or 3, but per capsule. But let's read some reviews. So you have to have good vision to read this review. Wonderful product. Boy, Andrew, are you costing me money? Every year I have my eyes examined and my vision keeps getting better. However, I have to buy new contacts and glasses each time. A good problem to have. My night vision also has gotten so much better. We hear that all the time. Ultimate Eye is specifically formulated to support and promote better night vision. At the age of 65, I was having a bit of a problem driving in the rain or construction areas. Now I confidently drive at night, which our night vision and the quality of our vision is really a bit of our own independence, whether driving or just being out in the world. Such a difference. My husband started taking the product. I inherited a 10-year-old toy poodle from my dear aunt in Florida. Poor little guy had such squinty, watery eyes, so I sprinkle Ultimate Eye Support in his food. I do that for Lincoln and Marcel every day.
Yeah.
About a quarter of a capsule I sprinkle in. Eureka! He has the sweetest big brown eyes and is so much more comfortable. Thank you, thank you. Sue in Pennsylvania, we will be coming out, as I say, with our pet products. I've promised that for 30 years. It's coming. It works. I've been taking the supplement for about 6 months. I've noticed a drastic improvement in my nighttime vision when driving. Things are sharper and clearer. So happy. Really works. I absolutely love this supplement. I hated driving at night as my eyes bothered me so badly from the strain of night lights, and I just couldn't see clearly at all. After taking this for just 3 days, I got home and realized my eyes didn't bother me and the oncoming traffic lights didn't bother me. Now driving at night is no longer intimidating and frightening. They feel wonderful. I do not ever intend to be without these supplements from Garrison in Texas. Ultimate Eye Support. I'm currently using this product, and when I drive at night, again, the headlights from other cars don't bother my eyes anymore. I can stand the light from other cars at night now. At first, I had to wear sunglasses at night to block the light from other cars. I love this product. My eyes are a little sharper when I watch my television set. I really like this product now. I don't mind driving at night. Regina in Ohio. And I'll read some charts in a moment that specifically talks about the science that lutein and zeaxanthin, also the anthocyanins and the bilberry extract, actually support the quality of our vision now, sharpness of our vision, our ability to adapt to low light, to that low light environment, and especially at night when we're driving. It's dark, but then we have to deal with bright traffic lights or bright oncoming car lights, whatever it might be. If you're in a construction zone, all the lights all around, you have to be able to have your vision function well, even in a low light setting. And that, as we age, even just through our 30s and 40s, can become very difficult. Lutein and zeaxanthin are at the very core of our body's natural system for providing us that ability.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is, so we wait for this. This is once a year and once a year only. It's always in April. I always remember because my birthday's next week, so I feel like it's his special favor to me. But when Andrew first started presenting it, we did really talk a lot about, light and, the onslaught that the oxidation of light and sunlight causes on our eyes. That gift of vision, we are getting more of an onslaught than ever before in history, whether it is staring at your tablets, staring at your computers, staring at your cell phones. You've got your LED, we've got blue light that surrounds us, whether you're indoors or outdoors, whether you drive at night and have had difficulty. Seems like they've adapted those headlights where they have more of that blue light factor. Regardless, that small little smattering of reviews that Andrew read, they read like love letters. They read like poems. And it does not take you long to quite literally see a difference with this product. And I do not say that to be cliche or tongue-in-cheek. You read those reviews, and I'm living proof, as I know so many of you are. That's why we wait for this day. That's why when I ran out recently, I can tell you for a fact I will never, ever, ever be without it, because I didn't realize. You get kind of spoiled by the Andrew Lessman difference, and you don't realize how remarkable they are in your life until you run out. So this is absolutely the day to take that first step. If you are new to Andrew Lessman, and of course your vitamins, definitely join us, because let's be honest, I don't care what vocation you live or work in or what age you are, we have more of an onslaught on our eyes than ever before in history, and you've got the best savings ever today.
And it's not as though if you live a perfect light, your vision is going to remain unchanged.
Right.
It's not as though all of us, even if we have no disease state going on whatsoever in our eyes, that we're not going to have age-related changes in our eyes. A doctor in LA who I knew, who was one of the leading developers of the lens replacement surgery as we know it today, and we were talking about cataracts, and I asked him the question, so when do most of us start developing cataracts? And I thought he'd answer the question something like, oh, in our 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever it might be. And his answer was, the moment we open our eyes as an infant, that's when we start working on them. And basically, the moment we open our eyes and we allow radiation into our eyes, that radiation takes a toll, whether it's on the lens of our eyes, whether it's on the retina of our eyes. So you could have perfectly healthy eyes. As you age, those perfectly healthy eyes show age-related changes. It's not as though perfectly healthy eyes at age 70 look like perfectly healthy eyes at the age of 20. They do not look the same. Our goal is to have those perfectly healthy eyes at 60, 70, 80, so that whatever those age-related changes are, we keep pushing back the time as much as we can. When it comes to our eyes, that is one system, and especially our brain as well, we're talking about here too when we talk about lutein and zeaxanthin, that is specifically, and it's specifically identified as being diet-related. It's inescapable. Lutein and zeaxanthin are our retinal pigments, our optical pigments, our macular pigments, however you want to talk about them. They are part of the eye, just as we talk about our skin, and melanin is the pigment in our skin that protects our skin. The pigment in our eye that both protects our eye long term, but also is responsible for the sharpness of our vision, our ability to contend with glare, our ability to adapt to low light, darkness, ability to adapt to bright light. That's lutein and zeaxanthin. And again, our body can't make them. The only way we have them, if we eat a diet that's abundant in them, which the one thing we can say with absolute conviction is that the American diet is not abundant in them. The American diet is incredibly scarce when it comes to lutein and zeaxanthin. Sort of okay with lutein, but certainly still deficient, but not good at all when it comes to zeaxanthin. So this product is basically, if you want to be extremely affordable with this product, if all you did, to give you a sense of how high potency it is if you took 2 capsules per week of this product, you would be more than doubling your lutein and zeaxanthin intake. More than doubling, in most cases tripling, quadrupling. When it comes to zeaxanthin, probably almost multiplying it by 10. And that's 2 capsules a week. So you could be incredibly affordable and do that. Or you could take 1 or 2 capsules daily. I take 2 capsules daily, but again, it's a relatively expensive product. Even though that 720 capsule supply is a 1 or 2 year supply. Most vitamins are 30, 60-day supplies. That's a 1 or 2 year supply. So when you consider the price there, it gets much more reasonable when it's not 1 or 2 months, but 1 or 2 years. But still, we each have our own budgetary constraints. So 1 or 2 capsules daily, even as I said, a capsule every other day would still multiply your levels of lutein and zeaxanthin in your diet. And to the extent you could afford to add astaxanthin, perhaps the most powerful carotenoid that we could consume, beneficial to our brain again as well, just as lutein and zeaxanthin, and the Max L plus Z. Say if you did go to take 1 capsule daily of Ultimate Eye, then the Max L plus Z is something you could take 1 capsule of that, and then you're boosting your lutein and zeaxanthin levels even higher than with the 2 capsules of Ultimate Eye. The only difference is you're not getting all the other foundational nutrients that are so critical for eye health that Ultimate Eye provides. And that's what Ultimate Eye is. It is the foundational eye health product. And that's why the reviews are so sort of wide-reaching and the experience so universal when it comes to Ultimate Eye.
Absolutely, and if you read those reviews at any age too, I mean, that's just it. I mean, at all ages. Never too early, never too late, but please remember, 1 day only opportunity. We do wait for this. If you are new to Andrew Lessman, and let's be honest, whether you are staring at that computer, or you're staring at that tablet, or you're staring at that cell phone, we're all doing something that is causing that oxidative damage. I mean, just the act of vision, of seeing, is degrading God's great gift. So isn't it amazing that there is a natural way to not only help support that tool, but also give you those brain benefits as well. There are nothing but side benefits to this, done in a way that only Andrew Lessman can do. And by the way, because again, I recently ran out, I was waiting for this as a today's special as you were, you will start seeing a difference rather quickly. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's an awesome way to put your toe in the water. If you are new to Andrew Lessman and HSN, I would certainly welcome you in, because we will not see savings like this again for 1 full year. Whether you're doing the introductory sizes on the 40 or the 120, the 360, which again is topping out at the best value ever, but here's where it gets interesting, and here's why most of us are doing the larger sizes. On that 720 count size, again, on any one of these, it's like a buy one, get one, because you can double your capsule count for basically what you will spend after today, because this is where our pricing will go, and this is where our pricing is today. But where it also gets really interesting is, if you want to, again, if you are someone who is staring at a computer screen or a laptop or a tablet all day long, and you want to add the additional benefits of the astaxanthin, Andrew heard you. Yes, you can get them with the big and significant savings as a bundle. The 360 with the addition of the 180 of astaxanthin, the 720 of the eye with the 360 of the astaxanthin. Again, kind of a buy one, get one when you look at the kind of savings. Certainly when we look at our Ultimate Eye, basically it is like a buy one, get one.
And what I'd like to show is just the pricing on astaxanthin separately.
You read my mind, in fact.
If we could get the graphic up.
Yep.
So, and we'll talk about this for a few minutes in a little while. But just because, as I said before, for the past 6-7 years, we've had astaxanthin available bundled with Ultimate Eye.
Right.
So now, and we'll hopefully get the top line graphics up.